What's up, everybody? Jason from Big Guy Adventure Rides. And guys, this is the KLR 650. You guys didn't see my first introductory video. This is my donkey, as like people like to call it. I like to call her Beulah, though, Beulah ball breaker. But guys, what I want to do today is I'm curious to try out a fender swap. So we have the big, people call it a cell fender. I don't know. It works great. I mean, I don't have an issue with it. But I know I catch crosswinds sometimes, and some people say, oh, this is like a cell, it catches crosswinds. Or you get up to higher speeds, like 75 miles an hour, it causes vibrations. And I have gotten up to like 75 on the freeway passing and stuff, and I do notice when I get up to that speed, I do feel a little bit of wobble, but nothing crazy. But I'm just kind of really curious to find out if I swap this out with something else, is it going to make any type of difference? And that's kind of one of the fun things I want to do with this channel is we're going to be trying different things out. Sometimes things work, sometimes things don't. But hey, I might as well show you how I do this. I don't know if I'm going to do it right, but hey, it is what it is, right? So this is the ACERBIS, I'm probably saying that wrong, the Supermoto front fender, universal fit. So if you look these up, it says it'll fit the KLR. But you got to drill your own holes. So here is the fender itself. And what's interesting is there's like hardly any back. If you get up underneath here, this fender goes pretty far down in front of the radiator area. This one kind of cuts off and it has some like vent holes here in the back. So I also ride in the summertime to and from work. And when I drive home in the afternoon, it's like 100 plus degrees. So I'm curious if this will give a little bit more airflow to the radiator as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop this fender off. And then I think what I'm going to do is for the holes that I'm going to drill, it comes with this, in the package, it comes with a like a grid paper sticker, if you will. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this. I'm not going to stick it to the original fender, but I'm going to tape this over the original fender, and then I'm going to drill holes through the paper, right? So I know exactly where they are. And then I can come in, and there's little marks here on the fender. I'm going to line this up and put it on here so I know where the holes are supposed to go. Is it going to be an exact fit? I don't know. We're making this up as we go, guys. So guys, let's get to it. Let's pop this old fender off. And you know what? I'll probably just time lapse this so it'll go a little bit quicker for you guys. Okay. So I'm not 100% sure what size bolts these are up underneath here. We're going to figure that out. We're going to rock and roll. Let's go. I guess the first thing you should always start with is 10. 10 millimeters seems to be the most average size bolt. And it's not a 10. I think it's an 8. Let's see here. 8 is the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's go. So this bike has been fun, guys. So far, I've been enjoying riding. I got about 1,800 miles on it now. And I've only had it a little over a month. Okay, we might need the socket because those things are pretty good. Pretty good. And I've been enjoying it. I do like. I haven't taken it off road yet. I do want to get out there and run it off road, but I do want to get my hand guards in first. I ordered some bark busters. I know I'm going to drop the bike, and I just don't want to drop it and wind up losing a brake lever, clutch lever, or something like that. I have the front crash bars on here already, but I don't want to run the risk of breaking off the levers and then being stuck somewhere until I get those on. I'm kind of holding off a little bit on the off-road. Okay, I got to grab a different tool here real quick, guys. Typically, my issue I have when I work on stuff is I don't always have the right stuff in the right place, and then I got to get up and move and do this and that. I don't know. Some of you guys probably run into that same issue. Seems like no matter how much I try to prep and have everything out, there's always something that I'm missing. So, or I wind up having to run to the store and buying something. It seems like I am not the most mechanically inclined person, guys. So a lot of times I run into difficulties and things. Stuff that should be simple sometimes turns into an ordeal with me, but it is what it is. But yeah, as far as going off-road, I do really want to get out there and start trying to ride off-road. But again, I don't want to get out someplace and then break something and then be stuck, if you will. Which, I mean, it can even happen with all the crash bar stuff on there. It doesn't necessarily matter. It's just, I mean, it matters, but it's, I want to minimize my risk to some degree. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting out there and riding. I did find a local kind of group of adventure riders that do lots of rides. So they had a ride coming up this weekend that I really wanted to do, but again, I don't have the hand guards yet, and plus it was really short notice when I found out about the ride, so I can't really make it to that one, unfortunately. But I'm really hoping to catch them on some other rides. I think it'll be a fun time, and then to be out there with other riders that can help me or teach me some stuff, I think it'll be a big benefit as well. So, all right, guys, I'm going to stop talking and we're going to speed this up. All right, so we got it unbolted. One thing I almost forgot though is there is this ABS brake line bracket here, so we need to push these out. Should have did that beforehand probably. Again, these are the kind of little things I run into. Got them. So they're flexible lines and they're just kind of rubber grommeted in there. Bam. I do say bam a lot, guys, by the way. All right, so here we go. Here is the original fender. Now you can see, we line these up, pull the hole. There is quite a big difference in the back there, and it is definitely shorter in the front. You guys can kind of see that, hopefully. So, cool. Now, I do need to take this off because I got to figure out a way to make sure I can attach these brake line, ABS brake lines to this thing. So we'll figure that out right now. All right, real quick before I get to drilling these holes, I do have to take these little metal grommets out. You can see here I got 2 of them out real quick. Just that way I want the original hole to be as lined up as possible without the grommet maybe getting in the way or interfering. So then they're pretty simple. Some of them just kind of fall out, and a couple of them I had to kind of take a screwdriver and just kind of put it in there, pull a little bit, and bam, they pop right out. So just something to note, guys. All right, guys, so you got the holes. I got this grid thing that's taped over. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to give it the old college try. Now, funny thing is, kind of typically what happens with me is I don't always have the stuff I need. My drill bit set is actually at my daughter's house, and they're not home for me to get it, and I don't have my drill bits to drill the holes through this paper. But the only thing I do have is this Drill Master tap set, and this is about the same size as that hole. So I'm just going to use this little front part here to kind of make the hole. We're going to see how it works out. It is what it is. I hate getting into a project. I should have realized that I didn't have my screw, my bits, but that's all right. So got it right here. Got a little drill. We're just making a basic hole, nothing crazy, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Well, it's an issue if we don't want to go through the paper. It's not a sharp bit, guys, so. But we do need to come in through the back side of this thing, so we know where our, there we go. Try not to drill my own hand. Luckily, like I said, this doesn't have a sharp point, so. Where is this coming through at? Oh, there it is. Kind of see. There we go. Bam, got 2 of them done. Now let's get the other 2. I kind of come in from the back side a little bit. It gives me notches where I can see the hole where it's going to start at. And then it's guiding itself in, so it's nice. I think one of the other problems I had is I had to go through the tape as well. Bam, there we go. So now I'm going to take this off and I'm going to tape it to the new fender. Stay tuned. Okay, I got this on here. Now, I got to say, it's going to be pretty important to make sure that you get this square lined up straight or you're going to have a cockeyed fender. This looks pretty straight to me. I really hope it is. Yeah, looking at it, eyeballing it, that's not always a good thing when you got glasses on, right? But I think we are pretty legit. I don't know. I got to double check it, man. I got to, because I don't want it to be a crooked fender, right? So I think what I'm going to do to make sure that this is lined up straight, instead of just using this tape that I have right here, this grid pattern is actually a sticker. But what I didn't want to do was put the sticker on the old fender, drill the holes, and then it not come off right. So I'm going to take this tape, cut the ends of it off real quick, and then I'm going to peel this off and utilize the actual sticker portion of this grid to put on here, because again, there are those 2 little lines right there that will help line it up. So stand by. All right, there we go. I feel like that is as straight as I'm going to be able to get it. So let's try to punch some holes in this thing utilizing this drill and tap. Not the best tool in the world, guys, but it is a tool that we can use. So let's do it. All right, lucky me. I did have a drill bit set over there that I forgot about. So let's see if we can figure out what size this is again. Well, you know what? We should always just start a little bit smaller, right? Start small and then work our way up until we got the right one. That was so much easier. Yeah, this drill bit just went bam, right through. No issues. Be careful not to get my hand. Bam, there we go. Getting it done, baby. So let's move up a size. That was 3/16. I know this should probably be metric, but I think this will get us there. We're gonna go up to 732. Then I'll see if I can get those grommet in there. All right, everybody, so I hit it with a 7/32 bit. Now I'm gonna go up to a 4th bit, but I'm gonna come in from the backside this time to try to make sure that I'm drilling in straight, I guess. Bam. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the 1/4 is not quite big enough for that metal grommet. Man, I really don't want to go up to 5/16, but I think I need to. Okay, 5/16 fits through the original hole easily. Let's see if 3/8 does. Just to make sure. We don't want to make it too big. So, believe it or not, I think 3/8 is going to be the ticket, guys. But let's be on the safe side. Let's go with 5/16 first. And then if we got to move up, we will. We don't want to over drill the hole because then it's just going to be loosey-goosey. Here we go. All right, let's test our grommets out here real quick. They are just the slightest bit too small still, so I do think the 3/8 is going to be the one. All right. Let's go in both ways just to make sure we got everything is. Well, the holes are there, so I don't think we need the sticker anymore. Let's see. Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. Sorry, I'm trying not to make this a long video. Bam. Grommet fits in there. It is in there. Yes. All right. So we got grommets that are going to be able to go in there. Of course, they go in from the back underneath. So let's try it from underneath just to make sure. Bam. Underneath works good. Like so. I think they were underneath. I don't remember if they were underneath or not. Okay. Anyway, let's get this put on and see what happens. Okay, they were in the top. There is a washer on the bottom of the nut. So yeah, they went into the top. So let's get over here, get this put up. Hopefully it lines up right. Hopefully we drilled the holes correctly. I suppose I need to put all these grommets in. Hopefully they don't fall out while I'm trying to hold this thing up. Shade tree mechanicking right here, guys, with a non-mechanic type of person. So I know some of you guys are probably thinking, geez, you did this the hard way or the dumb way. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, obviously, I'm not a professional, never claimed to be. So let me know what your thoughts are and how I'm doing this. Could I have done it a better way? I don't know. Like, I'd like to know your opinions. But please don't be an ass. Just be constructive. Nobody likes a butthole. All right, we got one started. To get another one going, we are going to be golden gooses. Gotta slide over here though. Might have to lay down so I can see where I'm lining these up at. There's, oh, okay, that hole lines up. Guys, I might have did something right. I could be wrong though. We won't know until we get to the other side. Just trying to thread these in by hand first. All right. There's two. Reach over here for the other two. Let's see, do it from this side. Okay, that hole lines up. I think it does. Yeah, we got thread lock connection here. Last one, guys. Moment of truth here. Yeah. All right. Sweet. All right. They're not tight, but they are all screwed in. That means the holes are all lined up. And I'm going to leave it a little bit loose, but man, that looks pretty good. I'm digging the way it's got a narrower, thinner profile. I'm kind of digging that. It looks really cool. Let's get it tightened up, man. Let's tighten her up and see where we are at. Oh, there it is. I was like, hey, what did I do with my number 8? Guess if we tighten it up, we'll know for sure if it's straight, right? I guess. All right, guys, it is tightened up. It is on there. Let me close up my tripod here a little bit and get you guys off of my ugly mug so you can get a good look at this. All right. So here it is. I mean, the original one came like all the way down to here. I mean, it was pretty big. This is definitely a thinner profile. Checking this out. You guys can see, get up in here. You can see that it definitely doesn't go down quite as low. So it does leave all that open. I'm curious, what do you guys think? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Do you think it's gonna cause issues with stuff hitting the radiator? You know, because this one did go down far, but not super far. It basically only covered down to about here. So I don't know, you think that's gonna be an issue? I'm curious. Do you think I might get more cooling out of this? I'm not sure. But when I take this out for a ride, we're going to find out if it lessens a little bit of that wobble, see if I notice any type of difference. So, guys, when we take it out for a ride, we will have helmet cam footage, and I will talk to you about it then. All right, everybody. Hopefully my mic is good. I'm going to drop my visor down, eliminate some of that noise. I'm going to try to talk a little bit quieter so I don't blow my mic out either. So we're jumping on the road. We're going to head over to the post office, get some gas, and then we're going to jump on the freeway, and we're going to see if getting up to speed, getting up to 75 miles an hour, if it eliminates some of that little bit of wobble that I was feeling. It may or may not, I don't know, but overall, I mean, regardless if it works or not, it does make the bike look a little bit cooler. It's got a sleeker look to it, more aggressive look to it, I guess, if you will. And for $27, I think that's what I paid for it off of Rocky Mountain ATV. It's not a bad thing to switch out if you like it. You know what I mean? It's $27, and if it doesn't work, then you're not out, you know, $150 or some crazy number. You know what I mean? So let's get over to the post office and let's get on the freeway, see what's going on. All right, everybody, we got a full tank of gas. We are going to get on this freeway. We're going to get it. Get up to 75. See if I feel those wobbles, those tiny wobbles. I get on it. See, this car is going to let me in. Car sees me coming, and yet he's being an ass and not letting me over. Sure. Anyway, but we're doing about 68 right now. Everything feels nice and fine. No issues. Let's roll over here. Get in the fast lane. Got to kind of be a little careful going through this section of the city. A lot of these big rigs like to move over really quickly, cut you off. So we're gonna take it a little easy till we get past the city. But riding around through town, the front fender, everything felt fine. I didn't feel anything weird, nothing odd. It just felt like Gila, you know. That's my name. That's the name of my bike, Gila. Up at 68 right now. Passing these big ribs, I'm not feeling a ton of turbulence going past these guys right now. All right.
rolling on up a little bit now. We got 71, 72, 73, 74 miles an hour right now. Everything's feeling good. Not feeling any type of wobble or shake. 76, 77, coming down the downhill. No, at 75. Got some turbulence from this truck, but it feels good. I don't feel like it's shaking the bike around more than usual. Got 77, 79, 80, 81. It guys, it feels pretty stable. I'm not feeling like any real wobble in the handlebars at all, like I was with the bigger fairing. Roll back a little bit, go back down 75. When I was doing 75 with the stock fairing, I was feeling shaking in the handlebars like a wobble. I'm not feeling that with this new front fender on. So I feel like whatever this thing is doing it. I don't feel like I'm catching a lot of turbulence from the big rigs either, like I was with the other fairing. Sometimes when I would pass the big rigs, I would feel like a shimmy, and I'm not really feeling that. I can feel the buffeting from the truck getting to the air, but I'm not feeling it translating to the front of the bike. I don't know if that makes sense, but um, yeah, this is feeling pretty good. So I don't know. Somebody said there might be a placebo effect. I'm not sure, but what I'm feeling right now, it's feeling pretty good. I'm not feeling any shakes or wobbles at the higher speeds. Now, I typically don't ride the anyway. I'm pretty much just doing this for the sake of the video. Normally, I'm rolling in the slow lane at 65. Let's slow down to 65 and see what we get. Normally, this is what I'm doing right here. Normally, I'm just cruising 65, 66. I'll put my Atlas throttle lock on right here, and then I'll just kind of cruise, man. You know, like I'm not in a big hurry, so we're just gonna cruise along here, and it feels fine. Feels just like it normally does. Um, I don't know. I gotta tell you, it's like I just got a little bit of a crosswind right now, and I didn't feel like it pushed me any more, any less than normal. But this is feeling pretty good. At 75 miles an hour, I was digging the way the front end felt. It didn't feel shaky. It did feel a little wobbly. And passing those trucks, going at that higher speed, catching their turbulence, it felt pretty good. So, I'm digging it, so far. I know this is a short ride. It's not a very long one, but at 65, 66, everything feels normal. I think where I'm noticing the difference is when I hit those higher speeds. So, um, turn the Atlas off, which by the way, guys, this Atlas throttle lock works pretty damn good. I like it. It's not perfect, but it's a good, it's still a good product so far. And I'll do another video talking about that later. But all right, we're gonna get back up to 75, cut through some lanes, get fuel on it. All right, put back up to 80. Feeling pretty good. And cut back over. Feeling pretty good, guys. Doing 80. I'm not feeling a lot of shakes and wobbles, and it feels pretty solid, pretty stable. Passing big rig, it's got turbulence here. Feel good. Uh, I mean, other than just kind of talking you guys through it, I don't know how else to show that it's more stable, but it does feel less wobbly. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We're going to get off on this exit here, take a little back road home, and or actually got to go to Home Depot. So we're going to go to Home Depot. And guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the install and maybe some tips and tricks on how to do it. Again, I'm no professional. I'm no expert. I'm not even an expert rider by any means. So take anything I said with a grain of salt. Take it for what you will. And make sure when you're out there riding, guys, you ride safe and ride smart. All right, guys. Big Guy Adventure Rides is out.